Welcome back to the Pastor Study. We're continuing our journey through James, and we're up to James chapter 2, and we're looking at verses 20 through 23. And James is really kind of asking a question. How do you know that Abraham, who lived long ago, had faith in God? Well, he says, Abraham expressed that faith when he was willing to offer his son Isaac on an altar. When he took that young lad and laid him on the altar and then drew his knife and raised it up, he was expressing his faith in God. Now, God isn't telling you and me to go take our children and raise them up or slay them. That was unique to Abraham and Abraham alone. But James is talking about the fact that the reality of his obedience, his willingness to follow to the infinite detail, expressed Abraham's faith in God. You see, God throughout Abraham's life was giving commands, and Abraham was not always obedient. When he told Abraham that he would have a son through Sarah, he didn't wavered on that. And then he took his servant and had a child through her. God said, no, that's not what I said, and that's not being obedient to me. And yes, when the child Isaac was born, he expressed that faith. But as the child grew, Abraham's faith continued to trust God. And so it gets fleshed out. He says, you see that the faith was working with his works, and as a result of that works, his faith was perfected. You see, we grow and trust God more when we are obedient every day of our life. And it was that expression of that faith that caused God to call Abraham a friend of God. Do you express your faith by being obedient to God's command? Grow in that. If you wavered, get back to being obedient. Abraham wavered, but yet, in the end, he followed God's command. I'm Ray Bertolet saying goodbye, and may God bless.